Hey everyone, my name is Christy and I'm going to talk to you guys today about my continuous quality improvement plan. I'm saving for appliances for my new house. So my global aim for the project was to develop some smarter money habits, decrease excess unnecessary spending, with an overall goal of buying new appliances for my kitchen, hopefully by December 2019. And the long-term goal would be to renovate my kitchen completely. It's quite old and needs a little bit of help, but appliances were the best place I thought we could start. So that made my SMART goal, improving my spending habits and saving that money for new kitchen appliances, a stove, refrigerator, and a dishwasher by December of 2019. My team member for this was my husband, but the expense breakdown that I'll show you guys later was just my half. He was more of an advocate for stopping me from going to Target and the like, to stop my excess spending that way. I just wanted to show you guys a couple of pictures of what I'm working with right now. All of these things are what I'm replacing. I didn't even know they made stoves in this lovely olive green color. But one of the things that we're running into right now is the oven doesn't even work. So that was kind of one of the biggest issues, is that not only is the appliance selection that I have available to me not the prettiest, they also don't necessarily work in the best way for a lifestyle in 2019. So for the Plan, Do, Study, Act, my planning process, I just want to get my appliances as soon as I possibly can to get them in and working in my kitchen. So I looked at my March 1st through 15th spending habits on my bank statements from my debit card and my credit card, to see kind of where all my money had been going and to kind of get an idea of what improvements I could make before I move forward with the rest of the process. Just by looking to see on paper in front of me where that money was going was helpful to kind of get an idea of what maybe I did and didn't need. So then my plan was for April, for the 1st through the 15th, to monitor my spending habits in the same way based on looking at my statements from March, and hopefully kind of make some improvements just based on knowing what I had spent last month versus what I was spending this month. The things that I defined to be unnecessary were things that I don't need every single day to get my life going. Eating out or getting takeout, makeup, home decor items, clothing, things that aren't necessarily essentials, things like going to the grocery store, gas, that kind of stuff, I considered to be important and things that I needed every single day. So just getting to look at those statements to get an idea of how much money was going towards the essentials versus things that perhaps I didn't need so much. So I'll be honest with you guys, the planning phase was much easier than the actual doing phase. Making any sort of change I feel like is kind of hard, and I'm not sure I did a great job at it, but I really tried not to spend as much money on extra things. I made less trips to Target, bought a few less of those non-essentials. One of the big things that I think we ran into was that we were still going out and spending money on food with our friends on the weekends, going out and getting drinks and stuff, and that, some of you guys may know, kind of adds up quickly. So I really was trying to plan to have my meals ready so I could cook them when I got home from work, or maybe already have them made. But I still ended up getting takeout 7 out of my 15 nights that I looked at in April, versus 8 out of 15 in March. So I only made a little bit of improvement in that regard, but I guess a little bit's better than nothing. And then here I kind of broke down the extra spending that I had each day in March and April. In March, I didn't break it down so much as category-wise. It just was the total that I had looked at on these days that I considered to be extra spending that I didn't need to be doing. So March 1st through the 15th, I had a total of $248.48 that was spent on things in those categories that I mentioned before. So my range average was $31.06, whereas in April, my first 15 days came out to $139.34, and my range average went down to $19.90. It wasn't a huge improvement, but it did, I think, just because I was more cognizant of what I was spending, and the things that maybe I didn't need as much, I think it was easier for me to kind of make some of those adjustments and bring that total down in April. So as far as the ACT phase, there's a little graph on the side that shows kind of day by day my spending habits. So some days it looks like they were a little bit pretty close to being equal. Some days were maybe not so much. I definitely didn't meal plan as much as I thought I would. We still went out for dinner and drinks and still spent that money. Since we just moved into the house, we kind of we kept finding things that maybe needed to be fixed a little bit sooner. So some of that money went towards things that maybe were necessities, but still probably unnecessary as far as not an essential for a day-to-day living. But I will report that we did get a good sale last weekend, and I was able to buy new appliances just from saving a little bit from that first month and with some that we had still saved. So we will be coming into the 21st century here and getting to use our new appliances and hopefully making a little bit of a change that will last us so we don't feel like we need to renovate the rest of the kitchen immediately. As far as self-reflection goes, we could have done a much better job saving. We could have done a lot more in kind of keeping that extra spending down, but it did bring to our attention the amount of money that we are spending on extra stuff every week that we maybe didn't think or realize that we knew. We are hoping that the new stove and oven and functioning stuff can help us cook at home a little bit more, and once we sort of get everything unpacked, it'll be more of a space that we want to be in, and we won't be trying to find other places to eat and stuff because we'll have plenty of functioning items here in our own kitchen. We've kind of reevaluated our budgeting stance and kind of seen what we can do there, but I think overall it was a little bit of a success. At least my spending went down a little bit in April, so I will call that a success. And now that we have some new appliances on the way, I think we're going to be in good shape. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and I look forward to seeing your projects as well.